My name is Sean Morrissey. I'm a team manager with Housing Works, heading up the Pasadena team. We are termed a mobile integrated services team, which is to say that we work with Pasadena's most chronic, most vulnerably homeless to identify them on the street, help them get off the street into housing, and then we follow them into housing and provide intensive support services to help them maintain their housing, thrive, and become part of the community. Before I became a outreach worker, I was a homeless heroin addict, and I had been homeless for several years and addicted for almost 30 years. And it was that led me into this type of work. Friend of mine who got sober and showed up and kind of dragged me to Pasadena, where he linked me to the shelter Union Station Foundation. I went through Passageways, a social service agency in Pasadena. They cleaned me up, sent me off to rehab, and it was in rehab that I was given the opportunity to go to school and become a drug and alcohol counselor, and the rest is history, as they say. Being homeless is extremely difficult. The things that I take for granted, or we take for granted, the luxuries that we have in terms of being able to take a bath, take a shower, come home and lock the door, homeless people don't have that. So they're left going to the bathroom on the street, trying to find a place where they can go, where they have some privacy. They shower wherever or whenever they can. People have many different ways where they get food. Some of them are at the shelter, some social service agencies. Some people panhandle for change. Some people do eat out of trash cans. Real commitments to providing housing for homeless people, because at the end of the day it turns out that a home is the answer to homelessness. So handing money to a panhandler may feed them for that day, but what we're really doing is just putting a band-aid on the situation. Anything that doesn't move people toward their own home is not really a worthwhile effort. Because I think real change represents real change and ability for people to give in a way that they haven't given before. So we tend to see people on the street and not see them as people, and that these folks really are our neighbors. They might be homeless and they might be sleeping outside, but they're our neighbors, and it is our responsibility to take care of them just as if they were the person living next door. In the same way that I have a relationship with my neighbor who I live next door to, I want to have that same type of relationship with people who are struggling and living on the street. That said, a better use of our resources would be to take that money that is being dispersed all over the city of Pasadena, all over the county, to panhandlers, and put it to real, intentional, good use, like what we find with the Real Change program.